I mean, wrestling's not on the list, but that happens on the daily also. Hey, and welcome to Eat, Learn, Love. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Angie, and I'm a wife and a homeschooling mom to 5. And as a mom of many kids, I understand and have fully experienced the importance of having systems, organizational systems. The one I want to talk about today is a chore system. We have done chores so many different ways. When the kids were really little, we had 5 kids that were 6 and under, and so that was total chaos. But we found a way to get the bigger kids involved in chores while we had little babies. And now that the kids are between the ages of 6 and 12, we have a chore system in place that we've had working for over a year now, and I'm loving it, and it's working great when I stay on it. I have the past few months fallen away from organized chores. Couldn't even think of the word. And so when we fall away from the system, it gets really chaotic. But this week I am pushing hard to get back on our chore system so that things can run a little more smoothly and there's less on my plate, so I'm not feeling as overwhelmed as I tend to come summer break. We homeschool, and we typically do a regular school year, anywhere from August to April, May, sometimes September to May. But this year we ended early. We ended the first week of May, or was it last week of April? I don't remember. Anyways, we've been done with school for over 4 weeks now. And so I have let everything fall by the wayside just because we were so tired. We were done. And having done that, it has literally been chaos. Yes, we've played a lot more, and we've been outside a lot more, and we've done a lot more things, but it's been harder to get things done at home because everything then falls on me if I'm not enforcing the chore system. So I'm going to show you what our system is supposed to be, and when I actually stick to it, it runs smoothly. And then I want to give you some ideas for ways your kids can help out. They're really, as soon as a kid can walk, they are excellent helpers. All you have to do is show them how you want things done or how things should be done. You know, from a year old or 15 months old, when they really get a grip on walking, that's when you can show them how to do a lot of different, or several different things. Maybe not a lot for that age, but there's several different things they can do and learn early how to help out around the house. Now, I just want to do a little side note here. I don't pay my kids to do chores. My thoughts on that, and this is just for us, what works for us. If you have a different, philosophy on chores and allowance, that's fine. But I believe that we all live here. We all make the messes. We all have to help clean up. I don't necessarily get paid to do all the different chores. My husband doesn't get paid to do chores, so we don't pay our kids to do chores. We just expect them to help out. There are things that I do offer them money for. Sometimes I do ask my eldest to help my youngest make his bed after we wash sheets because I'm doing something else. Typically I help him because he can't get the fitted sheet over the end of the mattress. But if I have something else to do, I will offer her 50 cents to go help him make his bed. I've offered it to other kids too, but typically my oldest makes sure it gets done properly. The other things I have paid them for is asking my oldest to help my youngest take a shower. Again, everybody has a different philosophy on that. My oldest is a girl, my youngest is a boy. She's mature enough, though, to help him without it being a big issue, and he actually thinks it's fun when big sister helps him take a shower. I've offered to pay them to pick up dog poop in the backyard. We have gone winters where we've picked up no poop all winter long, and then come springtime, it's disgusting. And when the snow melts and the ice melts and all that, it's gross. So I've paid my kids, a nickel or a dime for every piece of poop they pick up. And we'll just double bag their hand with a Meijer or a shopping bag. For those of you who don't have Meijer, that wouldn't make sense. And then they just use that as a plastic glove, pick it up and deposit it wherever we've designated to deposit it. And then they keep track, and it's an honor system as far as how many pieces, but typically they end up with $1 or $2 at the end of the day. So that's something, because I don't want to walk around and pick up poop, and it's not necessarily my fault that the poop didn't get picked up. So I am more than happy to pay them to pick up the poop. Another item, pulling weeds. I have paid them to pull weeds before. Sometimes I just expect it of them, like when we do one big day of it, where my husband's doing lawn work and we're pulling weeds. I don't pay for that. If I'm involved in it too, there's no payment. That's just a family project. But I have paid them when I don't want to do it or I'm unable to do it because I'm doing something else. I will give them usually a flat rate for weeds. But anyways, I digress. I'm going to show you our chart system and kind of explain it and how it works. And then I'm going to show you the chore cards that the kids have. They have lanyards with these laminated cards that I hole punch and put on a ring. And it walks them through every daily chore they need to do, whether it's getting dressed, making their bed, brushing their teeth, cleaning up their dirty clothes off the floor, cleaning up their toys, and then there's the evening ones of putting pajamas on, putting dirty clothes away, taking your vitamins, turning off the lights, that kind of thing. So I'll show you all that, and then I'll just give you a list of things that I came up with that kids can do around the house, or that my kids do around the house without payment. And again, it's just an everybody helps out kind of thing. They aren't going to get paid to do chores as an adult in their own home, so I don't see the need to pay them now to do chores in our home when they're a part of the mess too. But again, that's how it works for us, and everyone has a different opinion. I'm not bashing those that pay for chores. It's what works for us and how we want our kids to think in terms of payment and chores. So we'll go to the chore system now. Here on the wall in the kitchen, it was a calendar, a dry erase calendar that my mom gave me, and I didn't really need that because I have one in our schoolroom, so I decided to do labels for each of the kids. SP means Sneaky Pete. My youngest has a nickname of Sneaky Pete. But anyways, they have their everyday stuff, which is also on their lanyards. But I wrote it on here for when we weren't using the lanyards. So in the morning they are to get dressed, or make their bed, get dressed, brush their teeth, and pick up their room. Usually that just means their dirty clothes, get them off the floor. But we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you'll notice, it's the same thing for each person for the most part. Everybody has a dog, and that means food, water, and going outside. So lunch, dinner, and breakfast, where that's listed, that means they help with dishes. So breakfast dishes today was my second oldest. Everybody does a vacuum day. That's usually the living room or their bedroom. I don't typically make them vacuum the whole upstairs. Wednesdays are garbage days for my 8 and 10-year-olds. Again, they collect all the garbage cans and bring them to the kitchen so we can bag it all up together and take it outside. We also do recycling that day, and that's an everybody thing. Bathrooms. My 2 oldest clean their bathroom downstairs on Tuesdays. I clean my bathroom usually on Monday or Tuesday. And then my 8 and 10-year-old, we're working in the bathroom thing, but it's not listed on their actual chart all the time. I had gotten these free, I don't know, they're Farrah Bradley, I believe, though. Anyways, I don't know where I got them. My husband, I think, brought them home from work one time or something. They have different things. Wash face, clean your room. Each one has a picture with the words. So my 6-year-old, who's wearing his, like, a piece of jewelry, he understands how to use it. Take vitamins, that's an evening one. Brush teeth, turn off lights. This is my 10-year-old's. She has get the mail on hers. So, I mean, they pretty much cover everything. And then I just make sure I wrote their initial on the back so I know who's, because from time to time I'll find these all over the floor. Exercises on there. Doesn't necessarily mean ride their bike, but you know. Now my 2 older girls have these that I've added in the past few years. We've had these lanyards for a while, and so when I added these, it was probably 2 years ago. I'll link to these. These are a separate thing, and I have a link to these. As far as the cards with the pictures, I'm going to have to look for that, but if I find it, it'll be linked below. These ones I will add to the bottom as well. I love these because they're super small, and they fit on here too, but it explains what they need to do in the bathroom. Clear off the counter, top of toilet, blah, blah, blah. And so we've walked through this, and all of it, for the most part, applies. Sweeping the floor, counters, that could be bathroom or kitchen, really. TV room, which is our living room. The playroom, that's actually our basement, and they don't necessarily follow that one anymore. Setting the table, which is just awesome because, again, it details everything that needs to be done. Halls and the stairs, and then clearing the table. So that's an awesome way to do it. I also had written on here, these are probably, oh no, I guess they mostly apply still. I haven't looked at these in a while, but in the morning, you know, devotions, bed, teeth, dress, face, hair, exercise, and specials. Specials would be what item they have to do for that day. They would check this or the chart on the wall in the kitchen. And then in the PM, it's pretty much the same thing. Read, clean room, clothes away, pick up PJs, vitamins, teeth. So those are awesome. So that's just my 2 oldest have those. I should probably print some more out for my other 3 kids because they're all old enough to be doing that now. But again, I'll link below if I find, these were awesome. I keep saying awesome, but they were awesome. But I just don't remember the link to it, so I'll have to see if I can find it. If I can, I'll put it below. But these ones for sure I still have, because these were more recent, and I will link to those, and then you can print them. And these are free. I can't remember if these were free or if I paid for them, but I mean, even if you can't, you could just still do this type of thing where you write it out, and I laminated a handwritten list. So either way, it works, and the kids can carry them around their neck while they're doing them, or they can leave them, and we hang them on their school chairs when we're done with them. They just go, we're stuck here. They just go like this at the end of the day or the beginning of the day, whatever, and they just hang there, and they take them as they want. Again, my 6-year-old wears it like jewelry, so it's just whatever works. And that is the system we have that is in place for now, that keeps everybody doing something every day. I mean, wrestling is not on the list, but that happens on the daily also. So again, that's that. And you can do that with any whiteboard. It doesn't even have to be a calendar one. You can do it however you want. This is just what I thought would work as far as labeling Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday and Sunday are kind of free days. Saturday is just whoever I ask to take out the dog will take out the dog, or I'll do it. And then on Sundays, for the most part, my 8-year-old does the dog on Sundays because we're getting ready for church, and he's one of the first people up. So that's the system. So that's our chore system. That's how things have been working for us. Again, when I stick to it, it works. When I don't stick to it, it just becomes frustrating. But here's a quick list of things that kids of all ages can help out with. For very little kids, I would say sorting laundry, sorting socks and whatnot after you've washed them. They can match up patterns, match up colors. For all ages, they can do sorting, folding, putting away. All my kids put away their own clothes. Older kids can start a load of laundry. And once you show them how to measure the soap, they can start the load. And then switching the laundry over from the washer to the dryer. Pretty much anybody can do that. There's just a couple things like checking the lint trap, setting the right setting, making sure everything's in there with the dryer sheet or the wool balls, whatever, dryer balls. And then for the kitchen, for dishes, washing dishes, pretty much anybody can do that. You might want to save the glass stuff for older kids, but everybody can learn how to wash their own dish. Drying dishes, again, save the glass for the older. Putting away dishes, anything on a lower level, kids can put, or lower cabinets, younger kids can put away, older kids can do the higher cabinets. If you have a dishwasher, even better. Pretty much anybody can put their dirty plate, rinse their dirty plate, put it in the dishwasher, put their silverware in. Little kids can empty the clean silverware and put it away in a drawer. My boys used to love doing that. It was super easy. I just removed the sharp knives. So loading and unloading the dishwasher. Also sweeping the kitchen floor, whether it's an actual vacuum or a dust buster or even just a broom and a dustpan. We have a little hand broom and a dustpan that my 8-year-old works amazingly at. He's very particular about cleaning and getting everything off the floor, so a lot of times that's his job. Steam mopping. You might want to do that with older kids because it does get pretty hot, but we have a steam mop and my older girls should be able to do it. I don't know why I've never taught them how to do it. It's super simple, but I thought of it the other day, so I'm going to add that to somebody's list soon. Bathrooms, toilets, sinks, counters, mirrors, and baseboards. Collecting the rugs and taking them down to be washed. For bathrooms, they can clean toilets, sinks, counters, and mirrors. You just have to show them how you want it done. And just be careful with the different cleaners as far as toilet cleaners and whatever you're cleaning out of the toilet with, and the toilet cleaner itself. You know, you can't mix certain chemicals. If you use all natural stuff, even better. Windows, same as mirrors. If you show them how to do it without getting streaks, it should be pretty easy. Baseboards, anybody of any age can do this. Give a kid a rag, they can go along the floor and clean and dust the baseboards. Super simple, keeps them busy for a while. You won't lose track of them because you know exactly what they're doing. Vacuuming, all my kids can vacuum. You just have to show them how to do it. Again, showing them how to do it is pretty much across the board here. For their rooms, making their beds, straightening their rooms, dusting their rooms. All ages can do that. Give a kid a dust rag, show them how to dust all the wood in their bedroom, all their flat surfaces. Older kids can dust pictures and things on the wall, and ceiling fans, light fixtures, you know, they can handle that. Straightening their rooms. They are responsible to clean up their own Legos, Barbies, whatever. And if it gets left on the floor and I come in, mom is not happy. Sometimes they will just take the item and keep it until they ask for it. Like, oh, where did my Barbie go? Well, you didn't clean it up. Same with Legos. I have collected, I don't know how many Legos, and they don't get them back until they realize that they left it out, and then they'll have to come see me for it. Another thing is dogs and pets. All of my kids take out our dog. As you saw on the chore chart, everybody has a day. Food and water, super simple to get. Show them how you want it done. We have a little bowl in the bag of dog food. So you just scoop up a bowl, put it in the thing. Nobody has to measure anything. Unloading groceries, putting away groceries. Our kids know where our food is. All of our kids everywhere, know where the food is. They're always asking for food. They're always in need of food. They can help put groceries away. I mean, other than like some, you know, glass jars don't give that to little kids. And some refrigerated items I put in a specific spot. The kids can put all the pantry stuff away, all the toiletries, all the paper goods. They all know where it goes because they use it all the time. And lastly, collecting garbage and recycling. Every Wednesday, we collect all the garbage around the house. My 8 and 10-year-old do that. And it's perfect for them because they feel like they're big and important. But it's a super simple job. And also the recycling. We pull up our big recycling bin from outside to the back door. We make a line, an assembly line from our recycling receptacle in the basement. And we just pass it up to each person, put it in the recycling can outside. Done. One time. Refilling hand soap, picking up dog poop like I talked about, taking out compost. That's only if you have compost out, obviously. Getting the mail, picking up random trash in the yard, raking leaves, shoveling snow, pulling weeds, straightening bookshelves. If you have little kids that turn your books around on your bookshelf, maybe a job for an older kid would be to go through and turn each book around. And that could also be something that maybe you could give them to do when they need some time to themselves. So that's my list. That's everything that we do around here. I think that's everything that the kids can help out with. Again, this is just what's expected of them to help out because they live here and because we want to keep this place nice, and it helps prepare them for when they're an adult and they need to take care of their own things in their own places. So if you have a system that works for you, great. If not, maybe consider this one. And if you have any suggestions for me as far as ways to tweak it or ways to improve it, please feel free to comment. Or if you have a link to a system that works for you, I'd love to check it out. Feel free to link it below or explain it below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And please hit subscribe. It helps me keep track of how many people actually want to see these videos. And feel free to share this with whomever you think might need help finding something that works for them as far as organization. And I'll link below to the organizational cards that I have on the kids' lanyards. I think I got them at a time when they were free. I don't remember. We've had them for several years. But I'll link below, and if you're interested in them and buying them or printing them or whatever, feel free to do that. It's super helpful, especially for kids that don't know how to read. The pictures on them are awesome. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching our chore system.